Happy Monday. We are going to do a little collective reading and get an update from the new moon. I think it was like Friday. Yeah, so we've been talking a lot about going through like this or coming out of this transition phase, I should say. So really honing down on like our balanced energy and getting into like our like real rhythm for the year because this is a very important year. It's 2024 and we're ending an 80-year cycle. We're entering the age of Aquarius. There's some very big shifts happening. And a lot has brought us here to where we are. We've been doing a lot of shadow work. We've been honing down on our skills. We got the star card to start us off with, and we're coming into this energy, this main character energy here with the star card. So there's a lot of opportunity this year for some great things. So get ready to be inspired and transition you're transitioning into your like basically your real skin, your real ecosystem here, if you will. Maybe a little bit better way to put it than that. But yeah, so let's tap into this. I guess we already tapped into it, I should say, but it's gonna be a very interesting year. You're gonna really see a lot more. Like, yeah, you know your worth, but you're gonna see a lot more of what your real potential is this year with a lot of these new opportunities and just taking yourself to like the next level, like creatively and career wise, like doing some next level things that maybe you didn't even really think that you were ready to accomplish, but babe, let me tell you, you have been ready this for a while now. You had to believe it too. So you had to really come into this energy and really hone down on your skills and create this real balanced energy so you can learn how to master like recharging yourself, self-care, taking care of your priorities, being accountable, self-disciplined, but not over-disciplined and so super analytical of and critical, I should say, of self. It's great to be analytical, but you don't want to be super critical. Sometimes we can be critical about ourselves. That's okay in systems and rhythms, healthy systems and rhythms. But you know what I mean. So we did get the Seven of Swords energy, so really learning to cut ties with either people that are still laying like this level of like distraction. And maybe it's not even necessarily that you need to cut people off, but really just learning self-discipline, so not allowing like other people to be like, excuse, like communicate, speak up, be vocal, like, hey, I need to go, I have some priorities, I hear you, I want to spend some time with you. And yes, you should be spending time, but you also need to take some discipline and some accountability too and take care of your priorities. And maybe just a note, I don't think you need to hear it, but I'm just saying sometimes you got to speak up. So don't allow yourself to be the real thing that's actually distracting yourself from just basically making excuses. Because sometimes we know that we do that. We do have also the Eight of Wands energy, so really allowing yourself to come into this next level is really going to take you to kind of take that next leap and just also go to the finish line. Like, you need to push forward, and in order to push forward, you got to do more. You got to put yourself out there more. Work on more projects, complete more projects, and just continue to craft, continue your craft. Like, the more you put in effort, the more work that you do, the more skilled you become, and then you find new ways of doing things because either you get tired of old ways, and so you just like tap into something creatively and try it a different way, you try something new and just go a completely different route. Or like there's so many different parts of the experimentation process that happens just over time. Like, you can do something a specific way for a very very long time, and then just kind of changing things up a little bit, like reach like a whole another dimension of like flavor, of like creativity, music, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that when we allow ourselves to just kind of experiment with, and just kind of play around with. Like so many things. Like I hear this too, like a lot of the times, like when people are like making music, 'cause I love hip hop. A lot of people, like when they're in the studio and stuff, like a lot of the time, like when a masterpiece is really created, it's really just kind of created just like off of like somebody being in the zone, like literally being in the zone, and they just record this like on the spot, just coming out of the brain. It's not something that they cooked up in a lab somewhere. Well, I guess I don't know. That's probably perception. But you know what I mean? Like sometimes it just comes out of the air, like literally. So it's important to remember that, but you have to literally do the thing in order for that to happen. So at the same time, like be accountable. Be making sure that you're accountable with your schedule, like shift some things around. I don't know if you are for my TikTok and all, but we did pull the moon card from there. The moon has come up like quite a bit in the last like quite a few readings since the full moon. It's come up quite a bit. It came up on the new moon, the full moon, and it's here again. So yeah, there's a lot that we really want to be accountable for in our own in our own um in our own process, because if if you're really wanting something to blossom and to grow, like you can't expect a flower to just grow from the dirt. You have to like water it, you have to take care of it. You can't give it too much sunlight, you can't give it too little sunlight. Like there's this real balance. Like if you want like a beautiful garden, you got to take care of your garden. So you think of it that way, the more that you prioritize like self-care, your routine, and being disciplined and accountable, but not like obviously allowing yourself to burn out, then things happen. Like you come into this main character, this Empress energy. There are some high cards in these last few readings, like like literally, like we're coming into this master energy, and that's why we're gonna see a lot of these higher cards. And it's just basically a reminder to, stay in that rhythm. Like maybe you're not really falling out of rhythm, but it's just like your reminder to keep that rhythm, that momentum. Because sometimes, not even sometimes, a lot of the time, when we're like, again, when we're in this rhythm, this ritual, like zoned out sort of rhythm, like when we're zoned out and literally doing everything subconsciously, it becomes really easy to just kind of like um lose focus and lose momentum. So like a lot of the things that we should be doing don't really get done, just because we're just kind of caught up in like almost like a rich, like I like to say rituals are a good thing. Like those type of rhythms are more of like, it's not necessarily like disassociating, but like you're not necessarily focused in on what you really could be focused in on. And it's not really like super beneficial for your creative energy. Like it's just you basically going with the air rather than going with the flow. I don't know if that makes sense. But sometimes it's not necessarily productive that way. And then we did get the Hierophant card too, right after the Empress. And we do have the Queen of Pentacles right there at the top of the deck, but we'll talk about that here in a second. So the Hierophant, it's really, really important to kind of understand that, you know, these rhythms and these rituals are very good. Um, in order to focus that energy, but like you also want to kind of change things up a little bit too, so you can again not fall into like those kind of like I won't say necessarily bad habits, but those habits that won't really help you spark your creative energy. Because like it's good to just kind of try new things and allow yourself to kind of experiment a little bit, because that's where a lot of that creative energy will come through too, is when you're just experimenting and just kind of trying something different. And then again, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So again, coming into this master energy, um, and being like a force of creation, it's does require you to still be accountable and disciplined, But really just knowing that, you know, you need to stay on top of things is all you really need to know. Because once you get into your rhythm, then you become this master of self basically. So just know that, you know, you're working towards something, and remembering that you're working towards something will help you keep that rhythm, that nice healthy rhythm. Now we'll end it here with like one more card. We're just gonna pull from the Oracle card. This is my Moon Mantra deck. Since the moon has been talking to us so much lately, I just decided I wanted another Oracle deck, so we I got the Moon Mantra deck because the moon likes to talk. And it has a lot of secrets to tell. So we'll just pull one from the top here. So taking consistent and determined action. Every single step matters, regardless of the direction. I retrace my steps as a reminder of my growth and potent as a potent practice per perspective. Know that the habits and actions I commit to regularly bring me closer to my goals and dreams, alignments with my passions, trusting the process and embracing patience assists with my long-term vision. One that is continually being birthed through me and around me every day. So again, being consistent and determined, that's all you really need to keep that nice rhythm going. So it's just basically your indicator, your reminder that things are going smoothly. Just stay on top of yourself and staying grounded and balanced, and I'm looking forward to this spring. This is gonna be a very, very warm but abundant spring, and it's gonna show you a lot of like the little potentials that you're gonna have this year. It's just gonna show you little tidbits, but it's gonna be really nice. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun season. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you do want a private reading, you can click the link in my bio. And if you do want a live reading, I will be going live a little bit later on Twitch, so you can catch me for live readings there as well. Okay, bye.